The wire in your vehicle is made up of copper surrounded by an insulated plastic outer layer. These coppers act as a conductor for your electrical current traveling from your battery. The insulated rubbers around the wires protect the copper from heat, moisture, and from shorting to the ground or any other conductive material around the vehicle chassis. So many wires are needed in your vehicle to connect different components, and to keep these organized, they are usually grouped together. Now, there are so many things that could cause damage to these wires, such as vibration, which can wear these protective layers out and cause moisture to get into the copper strand, causing a high resistance for the electrical current going through the wire. These can trigger all sort of problems, can be very difficult to see with just your naked eyes, which is why it is important to know how to properly test the electrical integrity of your wire in a safe and accurate way. So come with me and let me show you this simple test method using your digital multimeter. One of the ways to use your multimeter is to calculate the continuity, and the continuity is very important measuring parameter on your multimeter. For instance, if you're working on a wire and you have a breached connection, like let's say this wire you're working on or this wire that you're working on is caught in between these two, you will not be able to see it. When wires are in your vehicles and they stay there and they get weak, there's a tendency that that wire can be affected. Maybe water is getting into the system, and you know the and the timing aging on the wire. This wire has the tendency to break into two or rust, and be no contact around, you know from this end of this wire to the other end of this wire. And there is no way to find out because your wire comes with this rubber insulation, right? Your rubber comes with these insulations, and as the wire is inside this insulation, you will not be able to know if it's hot or not. So the one way to find out is to use your continuity measurement to check from the beginning of the wire to the end of the wire to know if there is continuity on this wire. So that is what I'm going to be showing you, because it's an important measurement on your multimeter. So I have two wires here, this one here and this one here, and one out of these two wires is broken. So the only way to find out, we cannot open the wire this way to find out, to know which one is not broken. Not only would that be time consuming, that will not be safe on your vehicle, because you don't want to you don't want to put this type of wire in your vehicle, because it's going to be touching the ground. This might be a live wire and you don't want it to be touching the ground. And that is one thing that burns your vehicle. When your vehicle current touches the vehicle ground or the chassis, because the vehicle chassis or the body of your vehicle is the vehicle ground. So you don't want to open your wire like this. So the only way to find out which one of these wire is broken is to use the measurement in your multimeter, which is the continuity measurement. So I'm going to be showing you the continuity measurement right now. So you take your multimeter, you turn the dial, this is the dial, to the continuity. Here is your continuity. You see something like a speaker So you turn it on until you have this alarm here. So one way to know if the multimeter is set up in your continuity is to bring the probe, the black probe and the red probe, and touch it together. You can hear the multimeter beeping. That's the first wire. Can't hear anything. Nothing. Let's test this one. See? Let's test this one again. Let's be sure. Nothing. So obviously this is the bad wire. So let's take the bad wire away. So we have only one good wire, and that's what you want to use. If we had used this in our vehicle, despite the fact that it looks good, if we had used it, we will be getting a false information on our vehicle. We'll be getting a false information, and we might not be able to, really know that this wire is bad from the inside. So that is why your continuity measurement is very, very important. So you want to make sure that your line is true, and there are other things that you can do with your continuity. Just like I said, it's a very, very important measurement metrics on your multimeter. It's very, very useful. You're gonna be needing it a lot, and these are one of the ways to use it. So I hope this has been very helpful for you. If you've learned a thing or two, please do well to hit the like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more multimeter tutorials. Thank you.